This is one of the creepier concerts that I've ever seen placed on YouTube. It's not scary until you really think about it. It's just kind of creepy. There's a 1,500 seat theater that is packed to the brim with people. They're wearing their nicest and most formal outfits. It looks like they're watching the theater, the orchestra, a symphony. Men in black suits, ties. Women are in just full-length dresses, gowns. Not a single hair is out of place on any of them. And they're all back straight, staring, deadpan, blank face, dead eyes, staring at the stage in front of them. You would think that they are watching paint dry with their reactions. And there's this huge screen. Fruit is flying across the screen. Are you opening a snack very quietly right now? You think that I cannot hear you very quietly opening your snack? No, this concert, they have this giant screen, a flat screen in the front, and it's just fruit flying around. It reminds me of those baby sensory videos that Sophie used to watch. You know the ones where the blueberries, the corn, they have cute little blushing faces and they float around to upbeat music? It's like Fruit Ninja, but for babies. That's what it looks like. That's what the screen is giving. And in front of that screen, you see 4 girly pops in what looks like corporate America office attire. They are not dressed like office sirens, but they genuinely look like they work at the corporate headquarters of Home Depot. They're beautiful, but their outfits are not giving performance. They're giving modest. They're giving, ooh, we're a little scared. You could wear this in front of your boss, your corporate boss. These are the types of outfits you would wear for an expensive presentation. I know someone's gonna comment like, no, bitch, please get a job. We can't wear those in the corporate office. Have you seen those TikToks? There's TikToks of people who have clearly never had a job. Okay, I'm not making fun of them, myself included. I have had jobs, okay? I've had retail jobs, not corporate jobs. But they're like, inspo for your corporate office outfit. And like half their ass cheek is hanging out. And all the comments are like, please get a real job. Thank you. So, yeah. No, I get it. It's not exactly office attire, but you get what I'm saying. It's not giving sexy office siren giving a performance. It's not giving concert. It's just a little bit interesting. The comments read, their outfits look like they're ready to defend their thesis. but these girly pops are not out here getting their PhDs. No, they're singing and dancing. They are giving their all to this performance, even though the crowd is not. The crowd is not giving back the same energy. They're dancing like their lives depend on this shit. Because one netizen comments, their lives actually depend on this shit. The girlies on stage are not just any performers. They are one of the biggest K-pop groups of all time, Red Velvet. And they're not just performing on any stage. They're performing in Pyongyang in front of the one, the only supreme leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un.
Now, how did this happen?
Now, I am feeling a little sentimental for this one, a little emotional, because it just goes to show that everybody needs a friend. Whether you're a politician or just a girl, whether you're new money or old money, whether you have healthcare or not, I don't. Okay, everybody needs a friend. I'm just thinking maybe, just maybe, the real friends were the Raycons that you found along the way. Because who needs best friends when you have Raycons? Why am I telling you about Raycons right now in the middle of this very serious, intense video? I'll tell you why. Raycons just got a major update. They upgraded from being my best friend to being my bestie. That's premium friendship status with premium audio quality for only half the price. The new Raycon model is better at literally everything. They improved the old features, added new features, even the casing. Look at the casing. It's so sleek, so unique. They have colors that complement every skin tone. You can choose from 4 unique colors. The earbuds themselves have an improved ergonomic design. They don't hurt my tiny holes. They're really tiny and tight, by the way.
Can confirm.
Even after hours of use, they have a new feature with multi-point connectivity, which means you can pair your Raycons to 2 devices at once. I do it all the time. I pair them with my iPad and my phone at the same time. Catch me watching Netflix on my iPad while scrolling TikTok on my phone. That's what you call a low attention span. That's genuinely what you call not wanting to face the silence in your own head and your own demons and have negative self-talk. Sometimes I just want my peace. earpiece. That's where the noise cancellation comes in. The old Raycons had noise isolation, which I love, by the way, but the new Raycons, this feels like free therapy. I just pop them in. I watch my little K-drama daddy in peace. I just watch videos of my husband. Just kidding. And to top it all off, the new Raycons also have a quick charge function. If you're just ever getting ready for a walk or a drive, you suddenly realize you forgot to charge your Raycons, no problem. With the quick charge function, you can get 90 minutes of playtime after charging them for only 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you're out the door. Raycons are also waterproof and sweat resistant. The new model is also dust proof, which honestly, I feel like that's a feature. Girlies, now is the time to check out Raycons. You need to upgrade your earbuds from friend level to bestie level. Now is the perfect time because you can use my code to get a discount on the already affordable prices. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/bis to get 15% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. That's buyraycon.com/BISS for 15% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. Thank you, Raycon, for sponsoring today's video. And let me tell you about Kim Jong-un and his friends, his best friends. I'm definitely on a watch list. I know for a fact. When I first saw this video of Red Velvet performing, the whole situation is giving the vibes of Kim's father, Kim Jong-il, when he kidnapped a whole actress to film a movie. And also the girl group Red Velvet has 5 members, but only 4 of them are performing on stage. The 5th member, Joy, is nowhere to be seen. Is Joy okay? Has anybody checked up on Joy? With the other girls, they continue on like this was always the plan. This was part of the plan. They're performing 2 of their top songs, Red Flavor and Bad Boy. Now, I did look up their usual performance of the songs to fully get the vibes. Red Flavor is this super happy, it's a bop, by the way. It's an upbeat song, and the visual is giving that. The girls are always dressed in these bright colors, orange, yellow, greens, in crop tops, mini skirts. They're heavily accessorized with dangly earrings and headbands. And after comparing the videos closely, I can honestly say Red Velvet looks like they're giving their all on the stage. They're working all their steps. They're hitting all their notes. If there is a place to slack in their performance, North Korea is not one of those places, because if they fork up just one time, I don't know what would happen to them. I don't know. And while the girls are shimmying on stage, whenever the camera, how the cameras love to pan to the audience and they're always screaming like, ah! You see some of the super ones like VIP section crying. I would cry if I was watching Red Velvet. I would literally cry. But you see all of them stone cold faces.
Are they bopping their head?
No.
No bopping?
No bopping. Nothing. Just staring. They're not trying to risk their lives.
How many people's in the audience? 1,500.
Not a single one is clapping. Not a single one is humming. Not a single one is bopping, because they can't risk their lives like that. If they've heard this song before, no, they haven't. Because South Korean music is banned in North Korea. So, you know this song? No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. Don't you even whisper the lyrics in your head.
Who are these girls? Don't know them.
Who are these girls, truly? And them and their families could be sent to a labor camp if they even look like they know the rhythm of the song. They should act like this is a weird beat. I've never heard beats like this, but I wouldn't even know how to move to this. This is my first time. One comment on the video reads, "This is the reaction me and my cousins get when we perform our self-choreographed K-pop dances for our grandparents at the family reunion." which is bringing me back a lot of memories. But also, did your parents make you perform? I was free entertainment at parties. Okay, another reads, "Red Velvet is singing, 'Bet You Wanna Dance Like This,' and the audience is stunned into silence." Now, I did notice that there is one girl in the audience, and she's smiling. She's not bopping her head, but she's smiling.
She the only one?
Yeah, do you think she's okay? Is what we want to know. No, people in the comments are genuinely concerned for her. But maybe she's important, right? She's got to be important. If she's got a close-up on the camera and everything, I feel like she's got to be somebody important. And from a different angle, you see what the girls are seeing in the audience. Just pitch blackness with no light sticks, no movements, not a single smile in sight. It's basically a black ocean, but not because they suck or that these are anti-fans. They're literally just, everybody's terrified for their lives right now. Both sides.
What about Kim Jong-un?
Oh, it seems like he's having a good time. There's not many close-ups of him at all. But apparently, allegedly, he a fan of Red Velvet. We're gonna get there, okay? But which side note, I did see a TikTok recently talking about concerts in Japan. And I heard a lot of artists, even K-pop artists, but American artists, they said they're always startled when they go to Japan because the entire stadium will be packed and nobody is screaming unless it's appropriate. So you feel like they hate you, but that's actually how they show respect because they want to hear your vocals. There's no singing or screaming. Everybody sits down and enjoys the show. I would cry, which is completely different here in the US. I feel like we're crying, throwing up because we're so excited to be there. Like it's essentially a mini party for everyone. I would say South Korea is somewhere in the middle. So that's what Red Velvet is used to. And I'm sure they've had international tours. And now nobody's moving. Nobody's clapping. Nobody's doing this. Side to side swaying. Nothing. One comment reads, Coachella this, Coachella that. How many people can say their faves performed in North Korea on the world's scariest stage with not a single fan present? So when Red Velvet...
I thought Kim Jong-un was a fan.
Okay, because listen, when Red Velvet finishes their first song, the crowd remains silent. Okay, they clap a little. Just kidding, okay? They do clap a little. And the girls take a moment to say hi to the crowd. And the 4 girls are standing in a line on stage. And Irene, I love Irene, she picks up her microphone and she speaks to the people of North Korea. And it feels like I don't know how she handled this so well, but she could barely breathe. Because she just danced her heart out and she sang live vocals. And she says, it's an honor to see Red Velvet at the Pyongyang concert. First of all, you may all be unfamiliar with the charm of Red Velvet. Red of Red Velvet is a combination of intense red, and velvet of Red Velvet is a combination of softness. It means that Red Velvet will show you a variety of songs and dances. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Just one moment, please. And the crowd starts clapping really loudly.
오늘 감사합니다.
This is the only time the crowd reacts to the girl group is when Irene is out of breath and trying to catch her breath. I don't know if it's because they find Irene cute, but one of the netizens comments, Red Velvet dances like queens. Audience, that's alright. Irene breathes. Audience, wow. She's so cute. And they just start clapping. And
Maybe
some people...
like, it's relatable. They're like, oh, you're out of breath?
Same. I can't breathe either. No, some people say that Kim Jong-un allegedly might have started the clapping. And you only clap when the supreme leader be clapping. And allegedly Irene is his bias. So Irene catches her breath and continues with her speech. Today, thank you. Starting with this stage today, I hope I have more opportunities to meet with you, and it's an honor to be able to stand on this stage and sing our songs. There are more wonderful performances waiting for you after this. I hope you guys have a good time today, and thank you. And they bow. Now, just by the applause from that speech alone, I do feel like she is Kim Jong-un's bias because everyone says he's supposedly a huge fan of Red Velvet.
Wait, for North Korea, the Korean language dialogue, is it like a different accent or is it almost the same? Do you know that?
I think there's a different accent and I think some words are different. But I don't think it's so different where you cannot understand from what I know. Actually, a lot of people I know, their families were technically geographically in North Korea before the war broke out. So it doesn't seem like there's that big of a difference in the dialect.
Right, so just a couple of generations ago, right?
Yeah. Now, some people said Kim Jong-un is an ajashi fan. Oh, yeah. And someone commented that, those are not my words, Supreme Leader. Please don't come for me. But ajashi fans are kind of controversial. They're basically middle-aged men who stan K-pop idols. But sometimes it's controversial because it's kind of gross, you know? Like, for one, these uncle fans are getting older, and the K-pop girlies are only getting younger. Some are just pervy, and they count the minutes until their biases turn 18, and they have photo cards. I love photo cards, but if I'm a 50-year-old man, I don't think I should be having a photo card. Some netizens say that uncle fans are usually rich and have dreams of becoming sugar daddies for these K-pop idols. Most people argue that ajashi fans have underlying sexual desires for these young girls, so obviously it's skeptical, to say the least. Some people just say ajashi fans could also just have a lot of country pride these days. I don't know. But some, they just be proudly repping that ajashi fan title. They just love K-pop and they just be vibing. And I'm sure the Supreme Leader is doing that, right? I mean, I could see him in a crowd with a light stick, singing their fan chant. Like Born to be a Girly Pop, Forced to be a Dictator. Allegedly a dictator. Ooh. Okay, there's no clips of him in the video, obviously. But I just know Kim Jong-un is enjoying this performance. Afterwards, there is a photo that they take, and Kim Jong-un is in the center. His wife is on the left of him. 3 members of Red Velvet, the other 3 members, Yeri, Wendy, and Sugi, they're on the far left end, about 3 people away from the Supreme Leader. So there's like 3 people in between them and the supreme leader. But Irene is not standing next to the rest of her girl group. Instead, she's standing at the center of the photo, holding a bouquet of white lilies, standing on the other side of Kim Jong-un. But of course, she's smiling for her life because, you know, her life depends on it, but she's trying to lean as far away from Kim Jong-un as possible. Her body is practically bent at a 90-degree angle to one side. She's like, okay, that's what she is doing. Kim just looks dead at the camera. It seems like Irene is his bias. Later, she does come out in an interview to clarify everything, and she says, no, I didn't even know a picture was being taken. It just happened so suddenly, and I was talking to some people on the other side of me, and he just happened to be there. I didn't even know I was standing next to him. Yeah, which I kind of agree with. However, I think he tried to stand next to her is my suspicion, you know? He's like, let me just waddle over there. Hurry, take a picture of me and my bias. You know what I mean? That's the vibe it's giving. Everyone is commenting. Doesn't look like there'll be any more war as long as Irene is here in South Korea.
Oh my gosh.
Another says, will we all be reunified thanks to Irene? These are some dark jokes, y'all. But many netizens would say, wow, I can't believe Irene just broke Kim Jong-un's heart like that, confirming she didn't even know she was standing next to him. Yeah, most netizens were just very grateful that Red Velvet was not kidnapped by Kim Jong-un. So I don't know. The bar seems very low for this one. I will say that Kim's stance on K-pop has seemed to change around the same time as this concert. So before this, Kim even had a North Korean girl group called Moranbong Band. I don't know what that means. They wore miniskirts. They performed using electric violins, cellos, and drums. I will say they're a little bit older, and they wear very sparkly dresses. If I had to pinpoint exactly the vibe that this K-pop group gives me, or the North Korean group gives me, it's when your aunties perform at a Chinese wedding.
What?
It's the vibe. They're so good at singing, though.
My aunt?
No, the group. The lyrics, though, they go wild. They're really hardcore lyrics. Are you ready? Let's study for our country. Let's study for our future. We will make our land shine. Yeah. Comments read, meanwhile in South Korea,
You got me feeling like a psycho.
and then North Korea, let's study for our country. Ooh, yeah. Me,
I like K-pop.
my parents, look at this cool K-pop song. No, okay? South Korea,
Let's kill this love.
North Korea, let's study. Honestly, it's a bop. But in 2021, they were literally wiped from North Korean TV. So I don't know what happened. It might have been too crazy. The concepts, the lyrics might have been a little too salacious, sexual or something, okay? Shortly afterwards, Kim makes an announcement saying they are fighting a war on the spread of South Korean entertainment, even declaring a law that anyone found watching or possessing South Korean entertainment will be sentenced to 15 years in labor camps. Yeah. Now back to the photo. Everyone else in it, they're all South Koreans. He's taken a photo with a bunch of South Koreans. Red Velvet is not the only South Korean artist there. They came with like 9 other artists. All of them were sent by South Korea. South Korea sent some of their biggest artists to North Korea. Why? Because of the 2018 Winter Olympics. The ones that South Korea hosted. North and South Korea were pretty much trying to get friendly for this Olympics. Because North Korea, they forgot to enroll 2 of their hockey players into the Olympics. South Korea decides, you know what? Here's a crazy idea. What if they just join our team? What if they just join our team and just we play together?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They agreed?
They agreed. The 2 countries walked in the opening ceremony under the Korean unification flag.
Oh, wow.
Just like that. World peace. Not at all. Not at all. But you get what I'm saying. No, but I do think that both sides were trying to work their way towards peace. And it's such a big step for both countries that show their trust, you know. And the performers were there to show their appreciation. North Koreans sent their Samjian orchestra to perform at the Olympics. As like a thank you for sending their orchestra. South Korea decides to send like 10 of their artists to perform in Pyongyang. It was crazy. They were there for 2 days, April 1st to April 3rd, making it the first South Korean musical performance in North Korea since 2005. The lineup is crazy, by the way. I mean, these are huge names. All of these artists, they represent South Korea's musical culture, but people just had so many questions. Like, why was Red Velvet specifically chosen to go to North Korea? It's actually unknown why any of these artists were specifically chosen. It's not even revealed why Red Velvet was chosen out of all the girl groups. This is not someone being like, why Red Velvet? It should have been somebody else. They're just wondering, it feels random. That's why people came up with the conclusion that Kim Jong-un must be a fan.
More than why, I'm curious, like, did they have an option to
say no?
Is it like a volunteer system or is it a mandatory system? You know what I mean?
I don't think it was voluntarily done because a representative from South Korea was apparently in charge of preparing the performance, and he said, what I thought at the time was that a girl group representing South Korea should perform in Pyongyang, show something new, and show that we are good at this. Red Velvet was the only group that I knew the name of, and the band name is Red Velvet, and the song they sing was also Red Flavor, so that left an impression on me. So I said to the person preparing to recruit, I really want to cast Red Velvet. Please look into them. Essentially, Red Velvet is only sent to North Korea because an ajashi fan wanted them to represent the nation. That's it. Someone in the government chose Kim Jong-un. Or no. Someone in the government chose Red Velvet.
Someone chose Kim Jong-un to perform.
There's no special reason behind it. It's like South Korea sent these artists to North Korea on vibes and vibes alone. So only 4 of the Red Velvet members are sent to North Korea. Like, I can't even imagine what that phone call was like though. 여보세요? I have a lifetime opportunity for you. Yes, just one once in a lifetime opportunity. Yes, or...
Yes.
The reason why the 5th member of Red Velvet, Joy, is not sent with them is because she had scheduling conflicts. But that doesn't stop the netizens from commenting, you can find absolutely no joy in that performance, in that room. But at the end of the concert, all the South Korean artists come together on stage. They stand in a line of 17 people and they start a group performance. One final song. And this is the one and only time during the entire concert that the crowd of North Koreans actually have a reaction. They're clapping with the beat. They're swaying their bodies. They're waving their arms in the air and they're singing along to the song titled The Reunification of Korea. That's the song's name. And at the very end of the song, they all stand up with their arms in the air, clapping and cheering for the reunification of Korea. The comments read, their clapping is so synchronized. That's a beautiful moment. I'm literally tearing up right now. Yeah, but I guess Kim Jong-un's K-pop era did not last that long because North Korea is now sending balloons full of shit to South Korea, so not on friendly terms anymore, are we? But before he had his eyes set on the girlies, he actually had his eyes set on something or someone else. Because before this happened to Red Velvet, we're actually going to go back to 2012, where, you ever been to Vienna? Same. I've never been. I want to go. But there is this local by the name of Drow. He's a local chef in Vienna, and he is getting bombarded every single day. He's not a famous chef. He's just a random chef, okay? He's just a Portuguese chef that now works in Vienna at a restaurant. I mean, it's not like he owns the restaurant. It's not like he has a celebrity chef name. The closest he came to fame was working at a Michelin star restaurant. He's not Gordon Ramsay. He doesn't even really want to be. He's just looking to cook and not be disrupted by all these people. But randomly, these Asian people would come in. He doesn't know, okay? They're just Asian. They come in, they sit down, they order a meal, and they keep trying to talk to him. And they'll eat through their meal, stay, and just sit at the table. A group of Asian men just almost watching him, staring at him. And he's like, what is going on right now? I'm sick and tired of what's happening. Like, let me just do my job. So he's trying to leave. He's trying to close up the restaurant. And now the men are nowhere in sight. They're gone. That was weird, but they're gone. Next day, lunch rush. They're all sitting in the restaurant again. And at this point, he just wants them to be gone. He walks over to the table and he's like, can I help you? Like, what are you doing here? And they tell him, we were sent here for you, to get you. What do you mean? For me, the man, the myth, the legend, Kim Jong-un wants to see you.
Damn.
We come on behalf of the leader of North Korea. He is inviting you to dinner tomorrow at Pyongyang in North Korea. Zhao is like, what are you talking about? He tells the 3 men the same thing most of us would say. I have work tomorrow. what do you mean? Like, I can't just pack up my bags and fly 10 hours to see the supreme leader of North Korea. Are you kidding? That guy in a portable toilet. Let me...
What?
Okay, there is a conspiracy that anytime Kim Jong-un leaves North Korea, he shits in a portable toilet because he doesn't want the CIA officials or whatever intelligence agencies in the countries he's in to collect his poop. Because through poop, you can get a lot of stuff like DNA, potential diseases, health conditions. So he shits in a portable toilet and has his staff get rid of his shit. So... he's like, I don't want to go fly 10 hours to see a man who shits in a portable toilet, okay? A man who bans jeans because they're the epitome of Western ideology. A man who only allows 10 hairstyles for men. Did you know that? Here are your you go to a barber shop in North Korea, there's 10 pictures. You pick one. It's giving Sims from 2001. You get 10 hairstyles, that's it. Only 28 haircuts are allowed in North Korea. 10 for men, 18 for women.
Did you see one you liked though?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I'll circle the one I like, guys. Yeah, that's the one I think I would get. Yeah, guys, leave it in the comments which number you would get. Wait, I feel like this is highly inappropriate, but I do want to know. Okay. What happens if men lose hair?
What happens if a man lose hair?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a bald North Korean before? Exactly. Bald is not an option. It's not one of the 10. Anyway, this is what Zhao looks like. He doesn't have an approved haircut. His
What does he look like?
You don't see? I'm just kidding. He's got some intense sideburns. They come down almost to his mouth area. Oh yeah. I mean, these men are persistent. They literally say, we will wait as long as necessary, but we cannot go back without you. Please, we literally cannot go back without you. So please say yes, because our lives are on the line and like we might not. My wife is actually being held hostage right now. So you need to say yes right now, please.
They said that?
No, they were just like, we're not leaving without you. Come on, chop, chop. I mean, I guess the guilt is eating him because the next day he's on a first-class flight to Beijing, China. Beijing, China is the only place you can catch a flight to North Korea at the time. So he makes a stop in Beijing. And I want to know what the vibe is on this flight. Like, are we feeling doom and gloom? Or are we feeling excited? Like, last-minute vacation? I don't know. I feel like it's got to be the first option, right? Because Zhao knows nothing about North Korea. Once he lands in China, he's immediately moved to a private North Korean plane chartered specifically for him. And he explains in an interview that he is distressed the entire time. He's scared of what's going to happen to him once he lands in North Korea. But the North Korean plane honestly does feel like every other plane. There's a flight attendant to ensure everyone is properly seated. It's just Zhao and the 3 men. And she comes up to Zhao and asks a very normal question. What would you like to drink, sir? Such a normal question. He doesn't even think twice about it. He's just like, can I get a Coke and rum? She looks at him. There is no Coke in North Korea.
She's like, what is Coke?
What is that? Zhao is panicking again because how did he not know that? What else does he not know? I mean, there could be some rules like clap your cheeks 10 times when you get off the plane in honor of the leader, and he wouldn't even fucking know. What? He wouldn't even fucking know. Then he could suddenly be sent to a camp where he would never see his family again. But when they land in Pyongyang, employees, bodyguards, captors? Question mark? You decide. They lead him out and immediately take him to the Emperor of North Korea's official residence. This place is so extravagant. This place, I mean, I've talked about it so many times, I feel like I've been there. It's got 3 different names. Its official name is Ryongseong. But the second name is residence number 55. I don't know. Okay, now, I don't know if this is because it's Kim's 55th house or it's like a street address or you got it for his, I don't know how old he is, for his 55th birthday. I don't know. But the third is, allegedly what the Pyongyang locals call it, the Central Luxury Mansion. This house is built to withstand nuclear war. The area surrounding it has an electric fence, security checkpoints, and minefields to ward off any intruders. Imagine a poor bird landing on the grass getting blown up. It connects, allegedly, to important buildings through underground tunnels, but even comes with an underground train station. Where is that train station taking you? I don't know. Maybe to one of the other dozens of houses Kim has. But if you're looking at something to do at residence number 55, here are all the amenities. Banquet halls at the lakefront, swimming pool with a water slide, running track and athletic field, spa and sauna, shooting range, and a horse racing track. So So Drow, he walks in. He can't help but look outside as they're driving to residence number 55, and he feels dread. Most of the city is dark. There's no lights. Nothing is on. When the limo stops, he's not escorted into residence number 55 through the front door. He's taken directly into a military building where he can see several military members standing on guard with weapons. He's taken into the tunnel, and at this point, I would be questioning my whole life. Like,
Oh, he's underground now.
yeah, I am just a chef. Truly. Yeah. The guards, they take him to what's supposed to be his room, and they say, change in 5 minutes. Afterwards, he's checked for any weapons or explosives, which obviously he's not going to have. He changes into a formal black suit and black tie, and now he's ready to meet the supreme leader. They come and grab him, and they walk him through the tunnel into this massive banquet hall. And in the center is this long table with 7 people all staring at him. And at the end of the table, the man of the house seat is the supreme gladiator of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. He stands up staring at Drow. This is a man who controls 26 million people's lives, okay? A man who had his uncle executed by a firing squad for being a, quote, despicable human scum. Yeah, it was a whole thing. The man that hides his own poops and allegedly had his half-brother killed. Remember that, okay? So this is him. And now all the other people at the banquet table are confused. Do we like Zhao? Do we not like Zhao? We're just nunchi buying. We're just trying to gauge Kim Jong-un's reaction. Is he getting executed right now? Is that the entertainment of the show? What's happening? Kim gets up, walks over to Zhao. He's head to head with him. He could crush him, choke him, slap him. I mean, there's so many options. He could throw his porta potty poop at him. I don't know. But Kim does none of that. He hugs Zhao. He's like, my man. This my bestie, y'all.
Wait, what's going on?
Zhao is Kim Jong-un's childhood best friend.
Wait, what? Wait, does John know this?
Yes.
Oh. Wait, so he knows he's just here to see a friend?
Well, who's to say they're still friends? Who's to say anything? Zhao later said he felt such a relief after that initial meeting. Like, nothing had changed. The two of them, they met in middle school and it was just like that. I mean, just look at this photo. Zhao is on the far left side of the picture and little Kim Jong-un is in the center. When I saw this, I wanted to know, where is this from? Because it's obviously not North Korea. When I was researching this story, I fell down a rabbit hole where rich people send their kids to school, where the old money, the royal families, the sons of the nation's leaders, they go to school. The top 5 most expensive schools are all in the same country, Switzerland.
Dang.
Rich families from all over the world attend these schools. I'm talking kids from China, Pakistan, Tanzania, Japan, literally all over the world are sending their kids to Swiss boarding schools. Those families, most of them are so rich, they're unknown. Being sent to a Swiss boarding school, they cost like $200,000 a year. For schools like the School of Kings, Le Rosey or something, which is also the most expensive school in the world, students spend their time studying along Lake Geneva. They learn how to horseback ride, hunt with a gun in a shooting range, and in the winter months, they have a second campus in a ski resort.
You know, remember those kids we saw in Switzerland? Like,
They look
our
so
wedding.
rich.
Oh, bro, those are the most bougie looking kids I've ever seen.
They just scream money.
Yeah.
And they're like 12.
I've never seen such old money on little kids.
Yeah. It was out of this
crazy,
world. I
yeah.
was like, can we switch lives, y'all? This is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and what the families are not getting their money's worth from the education. It's actually the alumni program that's the most sought after. It's the most exclusive secret club. These kids join the moment they get their diploma, and it's the alumni network, where alumni have to prove their credentials, give their student ID, set up a username and password, and the network contains a full directory of every alumni who's ever attended that school. And these are all kids of billionaires, likely. So you're like, oh my God, I have a new idea. How do I get it funded? Let me call up another billionaire's kid and get it funded through their daddy. But also, I'm a self-made billionaire. That's the vibe, okay? But little Kim Jong-un did not go to that school. Well, not for long. He did briefly, but not for long. Because he ends up in a regular public school in Switzerland. There's a reason that we've talked about. It's all going to come full circle. It's crazy. It's just a normal day in class, though. Zhao was 12 at the time. The teacher hasn't started class yet. Kids are all talking and the door to the class slams open and the first thing Zhao sees are a pair of brand new Air Jordans that cost $200. Like, this is not a private school. This is not a boarding school. This is a public school. New Jordans are a rare thing to see in this school. He's amazed. He looks up and sees this full set of a Nike tracksuit. I mean, I don't know about you. That's as American as it gets, buddy, okay?
It's giving me the PC Bun boys?
It's the kimchi squat.
Kimchi squat outside of PC Buns, chain smoking.
Yes. And he thought it was weird because everybody else is wearing jeans at the time. But the most surprising thing about this kid is not the Air Jordans. It's not the Nike tracksuit. It's not the pudding bowl haircut. It's the fact that he's Asian. He's the only Asian. I mean, the whole school, there's not a single Asian kid, really. On top of that, he's staring them down. Even though he's shorter than most of them, it feels like he's looking down at them, judging them. The teacher introduces the new kid. Guys, this is Un Pak. He is the son of North Korean diplomats who moved here for work.
Oh, so this is his fake ID.
Fake ID, yeah. He's still learning German, so please help him with settling in. Zhao is sitting in the back right corner of the class. There's an empty seat next to him. According to Zhao, no one wanted to sit next to me because I was the Portuguese student. So, yeah, the Asian had to sit next to me, basically. They were like the two outcasts. Yeah. But Zhao kind of hates this new kid. He's the weird kid. You know, every class has that kid. You know which one I'm talking about? The one who wants to play cats on the playground? They crawl on all four legs and they snarl and they hiss at you and you're like, I don't want to play this anymore. This is getting weird. Yeah, no, my weird kid in school was a nightmare. Like, I genuinely still have nightmares about this kid, but I bet he's so cool now. But he was a little scary when I was younger because I wasn't used to how cool he was. It was new to me. It was fresh. It was fresh and fun, okay?
So you weren't the weird one?
No, they pick up like roaches and stuff and they study them.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
And then you're like, whew, that's weird, but I also need to be very nice to you because I'm scared. Anyway, but Pak instantly becomes that kid for this class. On top of that, I think a lot of kids were jealous of the Air Jordans and the tracksuit. I feel like everyone at that time wanted a pair of Air Jordans because Michael Jordan was and still is a GOAT, right? But even Zhao admits that he's annoyed by Pak. They would sit directly next to each other and they would take notes. And Kim would constantly do that thing where he would push his elbow so hard he disrupts Zhao's notebook.
Oh my God, that's so annoying.
And he's like, what is your deal, bro? Sometimes if Zhao is really annoyed, he would kick his leg to hit Pak under the table.
Zhao is kicking Kim Jong-un's leg?
I fucking bet 1,000% if that were me, that would be my shower thought every night. I'd be like, am I still safe? I know it's been 30 years. However, do I live another
remember?
day? Yeah, exactly. I would be doing the dishes and that would be my intrusive thought. According to Zhao, the two of them are in the class for the academically weaker students because Zhao is bad at math, Pak because he doesn't know German, and they would just get angry because frustrated, they don't understand. Zhao does say that Pak is very smart. He just doesn't know German. So he knows all the answers to the questions. He just gets frustrated because he doesn't know how to say it in German. And I guess Zhao kind of understands the feeling because both of them start working together. Pak would help Zhao with his math and Zhao would teach Pak German. Yeah, and the two would go onto each other's houses and do homework together. And this instantly moves to the two of them playing basketball together every day. I guess basketball is like a universal language. And that's all they do. That's how they become one of the boys in Switzerland together. This is so cheesy, but I feel like I kind of want it to be cheesy. But Zhao is pretty much the bridge to the rest of the class for Pak. Like, everybody thought Pak is mean and weird. And honestly, they're not wrong. But he starts getting more friends. One classmate said, yeah, I mean, he was funny and always good for a laugh.
Kim Jong-un is good for a laugh?
Good for a laugh as in, to laugh at.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, they would make fun of him and laugh at him.
No.
And they would say that after class, he would be the first one on the basketball court. Like, you know when kids be getting sweaty and then their hair is sticking to their head and they just be playing basketball and their face is all red and then they take a moment to break and then they drink water and when they're drinking water, they're like... And then you're like, oh, bruh. I mean, that was me when I was 12 as well. However, it's not that serious. Please take it easy, okay? That would be Kim Jong-un at the basketball. he would have a Chicago Bulls jersey that had Michael Jordan's number 23 on the back, shorts, and still have Air Jordan shoes that none of the other kids would have. Even though he's only 5'7", everyone could tell that he's actually a pretty good player. Yeah, he is a sore loser though, they said. They said he was a fiercely competitive player, very explosive. He was a playmaker. He made things happen. I don't know what that means. In one classroom photo, Zhao can be seen in an oversized yellow tee and blue jeans, and one of his classmates is play choking him, and he's making a funny face, and Kim Jong-un is just staring at the camera. But at this point, those two besties for the resties, okay? And Zhao would even eat lunch with Kim Jong-un every day. Yeah, with Kim every day. Zhao's dad would even make these lunch boxes for Kim Jong-un to eat. And after school, Zhao would be like, hey, Kim. Well, he didn't call him that, but you get it. Hey, Kim, you want to come over to my house? And his dad is a chef. Zhao's dad is a chef. And he would be making all these authentic Portuguese dishes that Kim has never tried in his whole freaking life, okay? But there was one day where Zhao's dad makes a Portuguese dish that's made up of potatoes. And it's basically a dish that's considered a meal where you take a bunch of leftover ingredients and throw it in to make a yummy dish out of it, right? Kim is sitting down at the dinner table with his friend, takes a bite, and he says, this one really sucks.
What the f***?
So the two of them, they sneak to the pantry, tiptoe their way over, they leave the food on the table, and they just eat snacks all day. When Zhao's dad comes to the dining room later and he finds that all of his food is untouched and there's empty packets of cookies on the ground, and the two boys are now playing games trying to not look at him, he starts scolding them. He starts yelling at both of them. He's like, and you come over to my house, I work on this meal, look at all the vegetables I put in this meal, and you don't eat it? He's yelling at Kim Jong-un.
Wow.
At one point, Kim Jong-un invites Zhao to come to his house too. Now, for Zhao, going to Kim's house was an experience. Not because he knows anything about him. He thinks he's a diplomat's son. But he f***ing loaded. Okay, he walks into the house and it's pretty much a normal looking house from the outside. It's a 3-story brick building, but only 10 minutes away from the North Korean embassy. It looks like any other regular family home, but once you go inside, it's crazy. From the outside, it looks like an apartment building built for 6 families. So 6 separate units. So he's assuming, okay, they live in one of the units. No, they live in all 6 of the units. What's going on? I mean, this is a huge deal. And his entire closet, Kim's entire closet, is just Nike sneakers, his PlayStation, his DVDs, okay? He's got an entire collection of movies. Now, here's the puzzling thing. He's like, how the fuck did this random son from a diplomat get movies on DVD that aren't even released in theaters yet? Imagine you go to your friend's house and they've got a Marvel Avengers movie that was not released yet. It's releasing in 3 months, and you know it's releasing in 3 months.
He's from the future. Like.
Exactly. Wait. His walls are filled with posters of the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, just all over the place. When Zhao would stay for dinner, there was a private chef who would cook for them. And he's like, I'm starting to think you a little different, my friend. You're a little different. Okay. They would eat Korean barbecue every single night. Yeah. They would play. Yeah.
They're living good.
Side note, if you ever wanted to know who Kim Jong-un's childhood crush is, it's Sophie from the James Bond movie. She's beautiful, and she has a picture of her laying on the couch, and I think he really likes that picture. Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying she's gorgeous, but also imagine somewhere out there, the supreme leader has a crush on you. That's crazy. That's crazy. And Zhao just... There would be these moments. For example, Kim after school one day was like, hey, do you want to come hang out with me after school? And he's like, yeah, let's go. They get into the car because Kim has a driver. And he's like, hey, take us to the water park in Zurich. This is an 1.5-hour trip. And on top of that, it's a weekday. What do you mean? We got school tomorrow. We can't just go to a water park with no adults. But the driver starts driving to the water park. And Zhao is like, you are the coolest best friend I've ever had in my fucking life. Are you kidding? You're so cool. And then one day, Zhao is 16 and he gets a call from Kim. And Kim is like, can you come to my house? Zhao runs over, ready for anything that they're going to do. Are they going to the water park? Are they watching the new Jackie Chan movie that has not even come out in theaters yet? What are they doing? But Kim is like, no, shh, I just want to talk. He's looking very serious. I mean, as serious as you can look in a full Nike tracksuit. So he's sitting there and he tells Zhao, I am not the son of North Korean diplomats. I'm actually the son of the president of North Korea, Kim Il-sung.
My name is Kim Jong-un.
Okay. Okay.
What do you mean?
That's Zhao's reaction. Okay.
He doesn't care?
He doesn't believe him.
Oh.
Kim Jong-un reaches and grabs a photo.
That's the president of North Korea. That's me. I am his son.
Okay, I don't even know what the fucking president of North Korea looks like. Okay.
So he just thinks he's joking.
Yes, and he just leaves. So that's his whole vibe. After this talk, Zhao goes home telling him, I'm gonna see you at school tomorrow. Goodbye. And the next day, Kim does not come to school. And he waits, watching people come in through the classroom door. Kim does not come. That seat remains empty. At this point, Zhao is questioning, wait a minute, is this a coinkydink that he just told me last night that he's the son of the North Korean leader and now he's not showing up to school? He feels betrayed because that's his best friend forever. His for lifer, you know what I mean? But Kim just really upped and left. Zhao is angry if this is true. He tells reporters, I was actually really pissed off at him because friends just don't disappear from each other's lives like that. After school, Zhao runs to Kim's house. No one's there. His parents aren't there. His older siblings aren't there. Even the private chef and employees, all gone.
They moved out?
They're gone.
Wow.
At 12 years old, okay, so just to backtrack. At 12 years old, Kim Jong-un was sent to Switzerland to live with his aunt and uncle, where they pretended to be his parents, right? Do you remember this?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so his brother and sister were also sent there, and the entire family would live as the Pak family, and they had no bodyguards to watch over them because that's weird, right? But they were sent to some really good boarding schools. But then all of a sudden, the aunt and uncle, they deflect. They move to Manhattan. They move to America. They go with the CIA and they say, bye, bitch. Goodbye,
Right,
my nephew.
They escaped, right?
They escaped, yeah. They escaped mainly because Kim Jong-un's mom started passing. She got really sick and she passed away. And she was actually their connection. So I'm assuming it's like her sister.
Ah, those are moms.
So they're like,
aunt.
And I believe at that point, they're just feeling like, we're going to fall out of favor soon. Is the hypothesis, the theory of why they deflected. Or they could have deflected because they realized, this is a dictatorship. I don't know, right? But after that, he can no longer go to these boarding schools because the boarding school communities are pretty small. And you can't just be like, actually, those aren't his parents. He's got new parents. Like, it would be weird. It'd be weird because people would catch on. These boarding schools, they all kind of know each other. Switzerland's not the biggest country in the world. And these boarding schools, the upper elites, I'm sure they all get a vibe, right? So they decide, okay, we need to bring in new adults that act like his parents.
New parents.
And then he probably just has to go to a public school. So then that's how he ends up at the public school, meets Zhao, and then eventually North Korea is like, hey, you're 16 now. Come on, time to come back home to North Korea.
Wow.
So he tries to tell his bestie,
And
hey,
Basti didn't believe him.
no.
Wow.
But what's crazier is that 3 months pass where Kim does not show up to school, but he does make a call to Zhao to say one thing. Meet me at our usual spot. 3 months later.
What's the
I
spot?
feel like they're gonna kiss. No, I'm just kidding. It's a spot in the park. This is like their hangout spot. I think they would smoke cigarettes there. Yeah. And they would say their goodbyes. So it seems like now he knows. That's my boy. And before he leaves, Kim asks Zhao, what are your plans for your future? And he says, I'm gonna be a chef like my dad. And they leave each other. The two 16-year-old boys are convinced they're never going to see each other again. And for the next 10 years, they don't. Because they're so focused, following in their dad's literal footsteps, both of them. And the next time they meet will be in 2012 in Kim Jong-un's house. And Kim hugs Zhao. He feels right at home. It seems like Kim tries his best to make it feel familiar for Zhao. Kim has some of his family members there. His fake parents. So they're alive.
The Switzerland parents?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's like a little family reunion, it feels like. The entire evening, the two are joking. Kim tells Zhao, you're getting fatter. And Zhao, with no hesitation, no fear, so are you. And everyone's frozen.
Damn.
They talk about sports. Zhao brings up how Portugal, Zhao's home country, beat North Korea in the South African World Cup for soccer. Kim makes a face. He actually looks like he's going to be homicidal at that. Zhao doubts himself for a second. And he's like, wait. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. It's not that serious. So we're not even that good at soccer. Poor
Luck, we got lucky.
it's all about luck. We're not that great. Yeah, he was very nervous. Okay. Now, the feast they have is huge. They've got traditional Korean dishes. It's just so much going on. And after dinner, Kim is like, okay, well, come back as soon as possible. He flew to North Korea for one dinner, basically. He did go and sightsee afterwards without Kim. He had tour guides showing him around North Korea, and people were trying to take pictures with him. Yeah, like the locals. The story of their friendship had spread far and wide.
The story of their friendship. Whoa.
And then before he leaves, they play around a basketball. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating. The whole visual of them speaking German in North Korea, playing basketball while Zhao is wearing a pair of blue jeans. They play for like an hour and it feels like back in Switzerland. They feel like kids again. And Zhao laughs, and at the end of the game, he says, I let you win because you're the president of this country. And Kim's face drops, and he drops the ball to the ground. And it just bounces quietly and echoes like bounce, bounce, bounce. And then he starts laughing.
He's like, do I? Nah. He's like, do I?
Oh, these intrusive thoughts are crazy.
Nah.
Not today, intrusive thoughts. This is my bestie. Come on. That's crazy. I'm so scared, okay? I don't know how Zhao does it. I would need to shit in a portable potty all day there. The trip is definitely more of a vacation for Zhao. But after another visit, Zhao is dropped from the bestie list because Kim Jong-un develops a new bestie. Dennis Rodman.
Oh, is he?
The basketball player who played for the Chicago Bulls?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the one. I act like I know anything about basketball. I only know because of my North Korea research, honestly. I don't know anything about basketball. So this is not a dig at Dennis Rodman. It's a dig at me. He is a man who is in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He's like known as a really great player. He has a whole legacy, and he is ready to visit a new foreign country. Now, his post-NBA life, his agent signs him up for these exhibition games where you go to different countries and you start playing with their players. It's just fun. Like you teach, you coach, you have fun. It's just like a good time, right? And so this time the agent is like, hey, you want to go to Korea? He's like, yeah, I want to go to Korea. He's probably think about the 7-Eleven mukbangs. You know what I mean?
Wait.
Fast-paced, high-tech society, K-pop, Red Velvet, let's go!
No way.
He was looking forward to his trip in Korea. Yeah. And then he lands.
Did they really say Korea?
Korea.
Okay.
He lands, and he goes, wait a fucking minute. Y'all sent me to North Korea? Okay, to be fair, I do think they clarified, but this was like during a time where the world politics was not as integrated into the news. So he was like, North Korea and South Korea are pretty much the same thing, right? It's like North Carolina, South Carolina. He's like, let's go. Who cares if it's North Carolina or North Dakota? He gets to North Korea and they roll out a red carpet for him and he gets down and he meets Kim Jong-un. So apparently Dennis Rodman was actually not his first pick. He wanted Michael Jordan to come and Michael Jordan said, North Korea? Nah. Then he said, what about Scottie Pippen? He said, North Korea. And then Dennis Rodman was like, oh yeah. For sure, Korea. So he ends up going to North Korea and they're just playing rounds of basketball. He liked it. Dennis Rodman said it was kind of fun. He didn't even know who Kim Jong-un was. He just said that he walked into this huge banquet hall and there was this short guy.
What? Short guy is crazy.
Yeah, there was just like this short little guy. And they were like, that's our supreme leader. And he was like, whoa, that's cool. That's cool, I guess. And he said that people's reactions to this short little guy were weird. Some people in the room, when the short little guy walked in, they were crying, just tears streaming down their face, happy, scared. Every single one of them looked like they were having a mental breakdown. And he's like, what's the fucking problem? It's just a short little guy. We don't have to get that riled up about the short king. Come on. Yeah. This little short guy, he said, and it's like a full foot shorter than Dennis Rodman. Yeah, and then the short little guy is like, so how do you like our country? And Dennis Rodman responds, it's cool.
It's cool.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, and he's just having a conversation with the short little king. Yeah, and he said, Dennis, one day I'd love to come to America. Would you take me? And he's like, I feel like this is a trick question now. I don't know about this one. And then they have a basketball game in front of them, and it ends up in a tie. 110 to 110. I didn't even know scores could go up to 100 in basketball. They were playing the North.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Okay, I feel like they're scoring 110 hoops. Is it 3-pointers? Got it. No, I literally didn't know. Anyway, 110 to 110, a tie between the North Korean basketball team and an American basketball team that was flown in to play North Korea. I'm assuming that the American basketball team is not like your NBA players. You know, maybe it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sports people, help me.
Sports people, yes.
Sports people. They're like just sports people that are flown in. They played the North Korean team. I don't know if ties are really rare in basketball, but it seemed crazy that they tied. And you know what this energy gives me? This energy gives me, I actually saw a game between Americans and North Koreans in North Korea. Tell me why the Americans look like they're not trying. Tell me why. They're just kind of, they're putting, you know how you have to block a shot and you got to put your arms in the air like you just don't care? Yeah, well, they're kind of doing it just in front of their face.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, like wave in their face.
No, in front of their own faces, basically.
Oh, in their own face.
Yes.
Oh, that's weird.
It's really weird. They're not even running, because last time I saw snippets of a basketball game, you hear like squeak, 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 squeak of the shoes, and they're running. They're running across the court. They're not. They're just kind of standing around, like waving.
Like Americans are not trying.
No. And then the North Koreans will win. And then the Americans are like, gosh darn it. Let's try again tomorrow if we're alive.
I imagine, like, with the passion that Kim Jong-un has for basketball, to be a basketball player in the
North
country,
Korea?
it's like, it could be a very good job or a very bad job.
Very bad job. That kind of pressure could kill you, literally.
Yeah, or he's a fan. He's like, whoa,
You think?
you're good.
You don't think he watches the American games and he looks at them and he's like,
You Stephen Curry? Man, we got this one at home. Who's better?
we got this one at home. Anyway, at the end of their first meeting, you know what Kim Jong-un tells Dennis Rodman? If you can, Dennis, I don't want to do war. I don't want war. Dennis.
If you what? If you what?
If you can, Dennis.
If you can?
Yeah,
What do you mean? What is he gonna do?
exactly. I don't want to do war. I don't want war.
That's it?
That's it. And Dennis Rodman is like, yeah, me too, bestie. What the f***? I feel like you got way more control over that than I do. Okay? So, I should be telling you that. He goes home. CIA immediately is like, Dennis Rodman, get your ass in here. Get your ass in the interrogation room. So I don't know if they're required to tell government officials everything. I would feel like telling anyone anything Kim Jong-un holds confidential would be like a death wish, because this man is so private. Like we don't even know his birth year. There's only speculations. Is it 1982, 1983, 1984? We don't know. Anyway, we don't even know his birthday. It's that crazy. So I guess he doesn't say anything that revealing because he gets invited back. Side note, Dennis Rodman did do a Kevin Hart interview where he said he only uses a flip phone. Yeah, and then he also states that his phone has been tapped ever since he went to North Korea.
Dennis Rodman's phone?
And we never got clarification. Is it tapped by Kim Jong-un or the CIA? Or both. We don't know. Yeah, but Kevin Hart was like, okay, bye. Leave. Take your phone with you. Goodbye. Yeah. And Dennis Rodman's lips are not sealed, though, because 7 months later, he reveals details about Kim Jong-un that nobody ever knew. He comes back from another trip, and he basically says, oh, yeah, it was nice. We had a yacht party on a 200-foot yacht. It was really good. And we were smoking cigars. We were drinking liquor. And you know what? He's such a good family man.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
America said, family man? Yeah, he is so good to his daughter. Daughter? Huh. Nobody knew. I mean, maybe the CIA knew, but like the public did not know Kim Jong-un had a daughter at this point.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Dennis Rodman, be out here yapping. But I do feel like maybe it was planned.
What do you mean?
Like Kim Jong-un, I feel like he would not let Dennis Rodman see his daughter unless, no?
Unless he wanted the information out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've seen the daughter, no? In public?
Oh, she's super public now. She goes to all the nuclear bomb tests with him.
Right. Isn't she supposedly the next one in line?
Some people speculate that he's using her as a distraction.
Oh, he has a secret son?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I can see that too.
Yeah. Her name is like Chua or something. Chue. Yeah.
The daughter?
Yeah. He said he's a good dad and has a beautiful family. And then on top of that, he does another thing. Dennis Rodman goes to North Korea, and I don't know why there's a video of this, but he sings Kim Jong-un happy birthday, and even the North Koreans look confused because nobody knows Kim Jong-un's birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
We don't know if it's the exact day of his birth. We don't know if it was around the ballpark of a week, a month. We don't know, but he sings like Marilyn Monroe, happy birthday to you. That type of vibe in the middle of a basketball game. So, he hasn't been back since, though. So maybe he wasn't supposed to reveal certain information. I don't know. Or maybe Kim Jong-un has moved on to other people that we just don't know have been to North Korea. Like Red Velvet. Like, why were they in Pyongyang? I'm still confused. It's so crazy. What are your thoughts on this? I don't think he's had a new best friend since this.
I mean, we wouldn't know, right?
Yeah, what would we know, right? Fascinating. Moral of the story, no besties last forever. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one. Have you ever been in a kissing competition? Just take a guess at what you think the premise of a kissing competition is.
Kissing competition?
Yeah. How many people can you kiss at the same time? How many cloves of garlic can you eat and still convince a stranger to kiss you? What is the premise of a kissing competition? Honestly, I feel like those make a lot more sense than the actual kissing competition. It's called a marathon kissing competition. The premise is this. Couples will sign up to publicly just stand there in public, typically on some sort of platform or stage, but also it could just be in your local fast food joint. All the couples at once. There's usually an audience gathered at this point. On the count of 3, 2, 1, kiss! They all just start kissing each other.
So when you say kiss, like, are we just like lips to lips?
That's the rule, but you can do tongue. You can do other lips.
Oh, so I don't have to actively like work it.
Wait. What do you mean you have to actively work it? What do you mean by that?
Are we just like touching mouth as like a competition, or are we like working it?
Oh, like showing off your tongue skills? I mean, it's really up to you, but the rules are this. The last one to stop touching mouths is the winner.
Okay.
So you don't have to like be all tongue, doing tongue twisters, spelling out coconut with your tongue or anything like
I
that.
feel like that's pretty easy.
You think so? How long do you think we would last?
I mean, at least like a good 24 hours.
24 hours?
Like you just have to touch mouth. Right?
How would we eat?
Each other. I'm just kidding.
He's already eating. Okay, so the last one is stop touching lips is the winner. And you're just holding your faces up to each other. You're breathing in each other's exhales, fighting for your life for oxygen. There's a woman named Di Ying. And let's call her D. She's a famous actress in Taiwan, and she is walking on the streets when she stumbles across one of these kissing competitions. This is kind of a bigger thing in Asia because there's like a whole psychology piece on it. PDA is not that normalized in Asia, so they do these kissing competitions. It's more frequent in Asia than it is here. Think of it like a wet t-shirt competition. So she sees this kissing competition and she's thinking, you know what the hell? She's got the perfect kissing partner. Let's do it. She signs up. The staff are looking at her a little weird. Maybe they recognize her because she's, famous. This is kind of crazy for her to publicly participate in one of these kissing competitions that just normal people are doing. Imagine seeing Taylor Swift at your local trivia night. It's kind of crazy. What do you, I love you. I'm so excited. I'm so honored to be breathing the same air, but like, I feel like you have something better to do. No, I feel like we can't have the same hobbies. You're too cool. Are there cameras? Like, are we getting pranked? But also, on top of that, the partner that D is signing up to kiss in the competition, not her fellow famous actor husband. It's not her husband. The person taking applications even politely declines, and is telling her to maybe call your husband to come. But Dee doesn't give a fork. She's read the terms and conditions. Where does it say that I have to kiss a specific person? Why do I have to kiss my husband? What does me kissing someone else do to you? It doesn't impact you. It doesn't bother you. Sign me the up.
What's the price?
I think like nothing. I think you get a voucher for a restaurant or something. Like, the prices are always weird. The prices are never great. Sometimes restaurants will do kissing competitions for like a free month of food. Limit $5 per usage. So the staff are so speechless, and she's just so aggressive, and she's famous. They just let her enter the competition. In the end, they get bullied into letting her compete. That's how it feels. And in the end, Dee competes. The actress is up there kissing her partner, swaying her body left and right. Not in like an overtly suggestive way, but still like she's weird and she's having fun. They end up kissing for 3 hours.
Wow.
By the end, her partner fell asleep because he's so tired. And she stays pressing her mouth in place, holding him in place so that their mouths don't disconnect. I mean, the whole thing blows up on the internet. One netizen comments, as a pervert, I feel this is even more perverted. Somebody, yeah, which is the new, I think we should only comment like this from now on. As an idiot, I think this is even more stupid. As a horrible person, I think this is even more foul. Like, this is the only way. Okay, someone else comments, somebody help him. Another comments, this is so scary. Looking at them makes me feel chills, uncomfortable. Because Dee is not just kissing someone that is not her husband. She's kissing their son.
What do you mean?
No,
What do you mean?
It's real. There's video evidence. It's not even fake. It's not a rumor. It's real.
How old?
5.
5?
The famous Taiwanese actress entered the kissing competition with her 5-year-old son. And this is the story of the craziest mama's boy from Taiwan that got arrested in America from a mental breakdown.
The mom got arrested?
No, the kid.
The 5-year-old got arrested?
Well, he's old now, but I'm about to walk you through this guy's life. It's insane. But something that you will never catch me doing is reading the fine print. Like, when I open a website and it asks me if I want the cookies, I'm clicking accept all the cookies. I recently learned that you want my cookie? They wouldn't name it a cookie if it was anything bad. Correct? Correct. Who even is they? Who's giving out the cookies? Why am I accepting somebody's cookies? But the other day, I found myself raw dogging the internet a little too hard. Some of these stories have me Googling some nasty stuff. I'll be typing in like Wang Sutong's fan cam, like just weird stuff. Okay, sometimes my search is way too embarrassing to leave in my browser history, so I use incognito mode. And I have some really bad news for you freaky people out there. Yes, incognito mode does not save your browsing history, but the website you visit can still track your business even if you don't accept the cookies. I don't know about you, but I don't want anyone seeing my business. That is why I use ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is a virtual private network that acts as a barrier between you and the unholy hellfire that is the internet. Usually when you browse the internet, your IP address is exposed. That's like your online identity. But ExpressVPN creates a virtual private network, and within that network, it gives you a new IP address and hides your real IP address. So if you walk into a grocery store, everything you touch, you're gonna leave a fingerprint. But if you wear gloves, there's no fingerprint. ExpressVPN is the glove. You really want to have ExpressVPN if you're connected to public Wi-Fi, especially. If you're on public Wi-Fi, anyone with a basic computer skills can hack into your device and find sensitive information like usernames, personal information, and even bank statements. By public Wi-Fi, I mean 5-star hotel Wi-Fi. I'm talking airport Wi-Fi, airplane Wi-Fi, every Wi-Fi out there. But if you truly have nothing to hide, you're like, I am a transparent galley. You can see all of my nasty, disgusting after dark searches. I don't care. I have nothing to lose. If you are that, first of all, I'm so scared of you, but I respect you so much. But if you are that, do it for the Netflix. If you're in the US, you can't watch some of my favorite K-dramas. Netflix is banning me from my birthright. K-dramas. Basically, Netflix has a separate catalog of movies and TV shows for each country. There are a lot of US shows that I couldn't watch when we went to Korea and vice versa. There's a K-drama called Sleep. It's about this newlywed couple who are expecting a baby. Wife is about to bust. She's about to bust any day now. But one night she wakes up to find the husband sleepwalking, saying someone's inside. And he just starts sleepwalking every single night. And he's trying to jump out the window. The wife is trying to keep her man alive because, hello, what the fork is going on? We talked about this one.
In the BAM.
Yes, so good. Netflix took one look at my IP address and said, this one's not for you. You can't handle this one. It's like virtual passport control out here. But I boop boop beep bop. 2 clicks and suddenly my IP address is in Korea. So if you don't want Netflix to gatekeep you, get ExpressVPN. Either scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description box below or go to expressvpn.com/bis to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Thank you ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's video and let's get into it. April of 2024, this year, there's this weird CCTV footage circulating from a home in Thailand, inside of their house. Someone had set up cameras inside their house, CCTV footage of a home in Thailand. The homeowner posts it because it's just so bizarre. It's so freaking weird. They were alerted by their camera system that an intruder had broken into their home. So they're like, oh my God, we're getting robbed. They quickly look at the CCTV footage and there is a guy inside their living room right now, shirtless, swim trunks. But the way he's walking, it's like he's in a daze. It's like he's in a dream. He's not beelining it to a safe. He's not beelining it to the valuables. He's just like walking around, mouth open, mouth breathing, staring at the pictures in the frames on the shelves. Then he walks over to the couches in the living room, and the homeowners had put a white cloth on them since I think they weren't home for a while or like something, right? He leans down like a fake human. He literally looks like a robot. His movements are odd. And he just starts wiping his face on the cloth that's covering the couch. Then he starts walking slowly towards the stairs and slowly pulling down his swim trunks, butt crack out, butt cheeks out, airing it out. I don't know what he's doing.
So no pants?
No pants.
Okay.
The way he's walking, it's like a zombie that had their souls sucked out of their bodies. Just so slow, so pointless, so aimless, so quiet, in a daze. This CCTV footage goes viral because this is the same son. The 5-year-old son from the beginning of this case is the same son now, 23 years old, high on weed in Thailand, breaking into someone's home. And everyone is wondering, what on earth happened to the biggest mama's boy of Taiwan? What the fork is happening?
Well, what was he doing?
We don't know.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, we're going to dissect it, but he's weird. We're going to dissect the whole thing. But 23 years ago, this is where it all starts unfolding. 23 years prior to this CCTV footage in Thailand, one of the most famous Taiwanese opera actresses at the time, she's doing this press tour because she's got this new upcoming TV drama series called Ladies Wish. And she's at the press conference and she's with all her castmates, all the fellow producers, and she casually announces out of nowhere, like people are asking questions about the show. People are asking questions about the characters. And she says basically, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be gathered here today. I know that nobody knows this, but a few years ago, I was filming a different show and I met this male co-star on that show, Sun Peng. We're going to call him SP. Well, we fell in love on set. It wasn't love at first sight, but we fell hard and we secretly got married. Away from the eyes of the press. And just 6 months ago, after months and months of IVF, we finally gave birth to our very first child, a baby boy named Edward's son. So this is a roller coaster of emotions. Everyone is shocked, but also happy for her, then really happy for her because maybe being a mom is going to change her from, violently attacking other actresses. Oh yeah, that's a whole thing. We'll get there. Ultimately, everybody feels very happy for her. It's crazy. It's crazy that she kept it a secret, but overall, this is good news. She got married. She has a son. Good for her. The son is 6 months old now? And then in the same breath, Dee announces, but now I am preparing for a divorce.
Dang.
And everyone is like, what the in one single press conference, one of the most famous actresses at the time announces she got secretly married to another actor, a very famous person, had a son with him, and now they're getting divorced. Her words were, today is my first time announcing my marriage, and also my first time announcing my divorce. She whips out a piece of paper.
This is my new husband?
Is her marriage certificate. And they're like, wait, no, please. She rips it apart in front of everyone.
What?
Yeah, she rips up the marriage certificate.
Oh.
And everyone was like, what the fuck's going on? The cast, the production team, the producer, the director, nobody knew that this was going to happen. I mean, who even suspects something like this? And everybody looks upset. This drama that they spent every moment on, this show that they spent every waking moment trying to perfect, and nobody is going to care about their hard work or the show itself. All they care about is Dee and her crazy divorce. So who the fork is Dee? Because this is a little unhinged behavior. Dee, her whole family consists of opera singers, which, by the way, we're talking about Chinese opera, which is also really cool. It's comprehensive performance art, probably one of the oldest forms of art and entertainment that exists. It goes long, long back ago, and it showcases historical tales, folklore. It's like a play, but on steroids. There's acting, singing, martial arts, acrobatics. It's really elaborate, very intense makeup, lots of masks, costumes. Her dad was a very famous Taiwanese opera director. Her mom and older sister were opera actresses. So her uncle is also a very famous artist. It's just a huge family of creatives. And Dee is like a theater kid, which, by the way, theater kids, they're a different breed. And I say this with as much fear than anything. Fear and respect. Okay? Theater kids fucking scare me. They really do. Imagine being so self-assured and confident in your passions that you literally don't give a fuck what people think, and you do all the weird shit in public when you're like 12. Okay? That took me 20 something years to get here, and I feel like I'm still not theater kid level of confident. They're crazy. They'll bully you for bullying them. Slay. Wait, I don't know if I should say that. Bullying is bad, but they'll bully you if you bully them. Everyone in school called Dee the wild horse because people try to bully her because her dad died. They were like, haha, your dad is dead. They're like, hee hee ha, your dad is dead, you're fatherless. And she bullied them right the fuck back. She said, oh yeah, you're about to be fingerless if you don't shut the fuck up. And everyone was like, oh my God, she's kind of mean. And then she turned 19, got super famous as an opera actress, which I probably pissed off her bullies, okay? Dee is also really beautiful. There are pictures of her when she's younger, and she is the definition of natural beauty. You know, some people have iPhone faces. She does not. She fits all of the opera, older, dynastic the dynasty princesses. Okay, she just looks like she's never seen an OnlyFans account in her entire life. Like, she just doesn't look like she's ever even witnessed it. She has never seen someone eat a whole cucumber in a day.
What?
Most of her roles are the soft, intellectual ladies in the operas. And instantly, everyone is like, that one. Make her famous, spectacular, now give me 17 of them, okay? People start demanding on the spot that she stop doing operas and get on the 8 o'clock bus. She starts acting in the 8 o'clock TV dramas. That's primetime TV. Do you know what I'm talking about? Everyone is already home. They're done with homework. They're done doing the chores. And now they want to lay down on the couch, cut some fruit, and slowly fold laundry while watching the show. Literally 16 minutes of a show, one t-shirt has been folded, but that's okay because you're finished for the day. You're wrapped. This is the height of TV. You don't get on someone's screen at 8 o'clock p.m. unless you have made it. For example, some primetime TV actors and actresses, they're pulling in hundreds of thousands of dollars per episode, sometimes $1 million per episode. Non-primetime TV, 2 p.m., you could be making like a few $1,000s per episode. Yeah, which is still a lot, but like, do you see the difference here? So everybody, I mean, they just love how Dee looks like this soft, delicate flower, like a rose petal floating around in a soft pond of water. That's what she looks like. And then they don't watch the 8 p.m. show. They watch the 10 p.m. show. And Dee is on there doing a reality show. And this soft-spoken girl with the feather-light voice is out here fucking beefing with everyone. And she's exposing herself. She goes on this reality show and she tells the world, look, listen up. When I joined the entertainment industry, there were a lot of annoying people. So I fucking fought them. People are like, what? What do you mean by that? Are you being dramatic? And she said, no, I would be on set. And if you annoy me, I would just hit you.
Bop, bop.
Bop, bop. And everyone is like, I don't know if this is something you should be bragging about or something that you should be proud of. And she goes, I hit a coworker once. I kicked her once. And she's explaining. She's like, but hear me out. Once you hear me out, you're going to understand why she kicked her. You're going to understand why violence is the answer. That is sarcastic, please, guys. She says, I hit one person. One person. She had issues, and she always had that shut up attitude. Shut up attitude.
Playing the big card. Thinking they're the biggest in the room.
Everyone is quiet. They're like, girl, that's not a reason to physically assault someone. And she said, listen. She, shut up high. Little shapi. How do you say little silly goofy cunt? Xiao Shapi. Little Xiao Shapi is the main lead in the show, which is fine, whatever. I'm not jealous. Great. Okay, fine. But every single day, I would get my hair and makeup done. Everyone on the set would just be sitting. And we would just be waiting around for Shadapi. Shadapai.
You gotta.
We would just be waiting for this silly little goofy cunt to show up for the show and get her makeup done. Always late, okay? One time, the whole crew had to wait on the bus to head to the airport, and the main lead, already late. When she finally shows up, she's like, wait, I gotta get my makeup done before I get on the bus. So now they have to wait in this bus even longer. And when she's finally done, full face, lashes, blush, Dee calmly walks off the bus to greet her, approaches her in the lobby, and without a word, just in pure silence, which I think is more terrifying, kicks the main lead. Dee said, I kicked her! And she flew. She's very weak. Yeah,
she flew?
Very frail. And then I have a lot of power, you see. So she was just cowering on the floor, like in a little squatted pose in a fetal position. What is going on right now? She's saying this so wholeheartedly in a reality TV show. Tardiness makes her violent. Yeah.
Wow.
Dee said she looked down, sees this main lead, just not even trying to fight back. And she just really, in that moment, seeing her so helpless, so weak, I wanted to kick her again, but the staff dragged me away. Did Dee learn anything from this? Did she take anger management classes? No. She said ultimately the lesson here is they were still late. They couldn't catch their flight because her kicking her made them even more late. They had to catch a train. The train food is not nearly as good as the plane food, okay? She told the reality TV show, and I would do it again. Look, who told her to be late? I'm just doing what the whole crew wanted to do. Look, I really want to be in a state of ignorance. Okay, I want to believe that Dee is dramatizing this entire thing and she probably didn't kick the other actress. Maybe it was more like a footsie. Maybe she accidentally tripped her. The actress was like, ew, your feet are stinky. She collapses on... I'm thinking, there's no way. There's no way she's talking about this, right? And I do agree, tardiness and someone disrespecting other people's times just because they're the main lead, not good. But this is literally violent. Then she gets accused of bullying another actress by slapping her across the face and then flipping a trash can on the top of her head, bonking her with a trash can. When that comes out, people are like, wait a minute. We thought the first one was an over-exaggeration, but now it seems like she's a violent person. What the fork is going on? People start critiquing her. You absolutely cannot do this. First of all, how did your career not end? And second of all, you cannot just commit assault and battery anytime someone pisses you off. That's just not how it works. Is this really news to you? But then she would respond, every single person that I have beaten up, every single one that I've physically assaulted, they all went on to become very famous. Honestly, I think they should thank me. I made them famous.
Okay.
Like, we're laughing because this was a long time ago and like, what can we do now, right? But like, what the fuck? Okay? And one netizen writes, violence is wrong no matter what. Not only failing to recognize her mistake, but also being proud of it shows she's very twisted up here. This woman scares me. She's very unhinged. But one person sees this, looks at her and goes, you know what? I don't want to call the cops on her. I want to call an ordained minister because I want to make this official. I want to marry this violent little girl. I feel safe with her. I feel protected. That's how Dee marries Sun Peng. We're going to call him SP. Yeah, they meet on a show. He sees how violent she is, and he's like, that's the one. That's the one I'm going to get with. Dee marries SP in private, and that lasts a whole good 2 years before she blows up at the press conference, exposes that not only did they get secretly married, but they have a child, and now they're divorcing. And from all indications, it doesn't even seem like anyone knew that she was going to make that announcement that day, including her husband that she's now divorcing. Like, nobody had any clue.
Is the son the same son?
Yeah.
From the beginning? Mm-hmm. His name is Edward.
So after announcing the divorce, people start seeing Dee and SP out together. As if they did not just publicly blow up their relationship. So this is confusing. They've been together secretly for 2 years. Nobody knew that they were married. They announced their divorce and now they're like hanging out at coffee shops together. And it's like, wait a freaking minute. That doesn't even make sense. This was a time before PR relationships. At this point in the entertainment industry, outing your private love life was seen as classless, crass. Something only the regular civilians do. Not the classy, not the famous, not the wealthy. But at this point, people are like, is she doing this for attention? Because this is so confusing. Turns out, after she announced the divorce, SP was like, I like her spunk. I want to stay together with her. And all their friends and family convince her, just try to make it work, make it work. So for 2 years, they try to make it work. After divorce announcement, for 2 years, they're still together. And then they finally divorce 2 years later. And they would talk openly about their divorce in shows. They said it was just, they both have very strong personalities. They're constantly moving in opposite directions, fighting every few days to the point of feeling physically and mentally exhausted. And they would use all their energy fighting. And because neither of them ever wants to say sorry first, they end up gradually just drifting apart. There was no preventing it. But immediately after the divorce, SP gets a new girlfriend and starts going on these variety shows and flirting with every other freaking actress. And D sees this. This is the same woman who gets physical for someone being late. She's not going to easily digest this. Allegedly in retaliation, she starts withholding their son from SP. She's like, you can never see Edward anymore. D would even admit this. She would later joke, and I don't know how this is a joke, lady, but she would joke that she held her son away from SP to make him change his mind about the divorce.
Wow.
But it worked. Yeah. And before you feel bad for the dad, don't. SP is also weird. Like apparently he has a history where he admitted that he got the teacher drunk when he was in high school. Like he and a bunch of little boys got the teacher drunk, basically drugged her, I'm sure. I'm sure she's not willingly drinking with her students, and then took her to a classroom and lifted up her skirt to see her undies. So yeah, he's also not a good person. So don't even be rooting for any of these people, okay? There's not a single moral compass in this story. We can't find one. They all need sage dust and ash and probably jail to fix themselves. Anyway, to recap, D announces their divorce. For 2 years, they try to make it work. They finally divorce. SP gets a new girlfriend. D is jealous. She refuses to let him see their son. 3 years later, they get married again. They get married again, and they have this huge wedding where they dress up their now 7-year-old son, Edward, as the ring boy, and it's a whole thing. Now, I thought because of the way D uses her son to get what she wants from her on and off husband, SP, I thought she wouldn't be a good mom, right? I thought she'd be a horrendous, neglectful mom. I thought she would not even look at her child. She just has nannies and she's like, whatever. That's not my kid. I don't care. I'm all about my life. It feels like she uses him to get what she wants and then forgets about him. That's what I was thinking. But on paper, some said D could be considered a perfect mom on paper. It said that because she took so long to conceive, she went through multiple rounds of IVF. She's not just raising Edward like moms raise sons. She's raising him as her baby boy. If someone just sees the way D treats her son, you would think that he is Wang Sitong's kid and she's the hired nanny. She treats him like he's gonna be the next crowned king of Alibaba. Which is fine, but it starts to tread into some very alarming territory. First, the kissing competition from the beginning of the episode where she kisses her son for 3 hours to win a random street competition. He's 5. It's weird. It's ick. It's strange. People are commenting, is she going to be one of those moms that tries to marry her son later on? That's weird. Then later in another reality show with celebrity moms, she starts talking about how she never wants to miss any first with her son. First time walking, first time talking, first time climbing, dancing, everything. She wants to be there and witness every first time. The other moms are like, yes, of course. And it's always hard because of our schedules and you can never predict. But then D is like, shh, I'm speaking. Even the first time he has sex, I hope my future daughter-in-law will let me take a peek.
你的小孩的每一个第一次，你都非常在意，
我都很在意，所以他的那个第一次就，你也
要参与吗？
我希望我的媳妇儿可以让我偷看。
No fucking way.
All the other moms, I mean, they look so confused, but then they try to be polite and they try to laugh because they're like, maybe she's really not funny and she's trying to be funny. Like, she's got to be joking, right? She's just weird. She's so serious. Okay, she's so fucking serious that she's popping out her boobie in the name of parenting. The next thing that Dee reveals in a series of interviews, and nobody wanted to know. Nobody asked. Nobody cares. But she says, I am still breastfeeding. And they say, wait a minute, let's do some math here. Your son is 12.
No!
Most kids are done breastfeeding. 1, 2, 3, I don't know. I don't have a kid. Okay, but that's what I read. 1, 2, 3.
You're kidding me.
12 is like, imagine a middle schooler breastfeeding. I don't know how you're still producing milk at that age.
You're kidding me.
Yes. Dee doesn't even try to hide it. She's very upfront about it and everyone is fucking confused. Dee, why are you breastfeeding him? And she says, well, I'm not going to stop breastfeeding him when it's the best beverage for him. Which is factually incorrect. She's taking medications to make sure she keeps producing milk, which I feel like that's just medicated milk at this point. That can't even be good for your son. It can't even be good for you. It can't be good for him. And it's just weird. Okay. In some countries, in some states, it could border on child abuse because of how strange it is. But eventually, she knew that he wouldn't want her breast milk anymore. So she hired a nutritionist to make sure all of his meals are perfectly nutritious and balanced, organic vegetables, only the best grass-fed meat, all stored in a fancy refrigerator separate from the rest of the house food to make sure they don't get cross-contaminated by frozen Hot Pockets. God forbid it touches the chemical of the outside coating of a fucking Hot Pocket. Every single meal has been handcrafted for Edward, his favorites being boneless beef short ribs, deep sea fish, black cod, salmon fish. Dee likes to watch Edward eat every single meal. She just stares at him. She said if she had the choice, she would quit every single job and she would just spend 7 to 8 hours just staring at her son, watching him eat his organic fancy goop food.
This is a thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to make this into a Netflix show.
Yeah. And like, again,
this is creepy behavior.
see, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this online.
What do you mean?
But there is like a thing in Korean communities where a lot of moms will tell their daughters to marry a man who has a somewhat complicated relationship with their mom, meaning their mom does not love them all the way. Like, you never want to marry a mama's boy is how they're trying to say it. Yeah, they're saying, you know what's best? Okay, don't hate me. Don't hate me. These are the in-laws' fault, okay? But my mom was saying how all of her friends told their kids, you know what the best setup is? You marry someone and their parents still live in Korea. And you live in the US with that man.
Oh, so you're saying you don't have to deal with the in-laws.
Because especially like in Korean culture, there's mama's boys. I mean, in American culture too, in Chinese culture, you know. So they're just trying to say it's rough because imagining marrying this guy. Imagine marrying Edward. Nothing good's gonna come out of it. I'm telling you. Sometimes Dee said she will personally feed him. All he has to do is sit back and open his mouth for food.
Oh my God.
And she says, I could stare at him eat for 7 hours a day. I would just sit there with him. He can spend over 2 hours for one meal.
Wow.
She's obsessed. She makes sure he eats a lot. And by the way, she like wants him to bulk up and gain health because she believes genuinely that her son is going to grow up and become the next pillar of this country. Going to figure out the exact impossible formula for girl math, that he's going to solve world hunger one organic meal in his belly at a time. Yeah. She said she doesn't even trust her mother-in-law and husband to make sure their son ate. She'll always ask the nanny to confirm. Did he eat well? Did he eat a lot? Did he or did he not? I feel like at this point, the general public is thinking, okay, not bad, but not good. You know, this is like, okay, if you take the kissing competition out, the whole feeding thing, the breast milk is like a little, like it's all weird, but then also like maybe some people don't have kids or maybe some people are leaving comments like, I understand, I don't know. Until she admits to committing felonies on reality TV shows once again. Dee needs to have a zipper installed on her lips that her PR reps can just come and zip and then throw away the key because what possessed this little lady to go onto another reality show? And she tells everyone when Edward was 1 year old, this was probably the most angry I've ever been in my life. When he was 1 year old, I mean, the anger.
She's angry, you're saying?
Let me tell you what happened, okay? Edward is 1, and he's at the playground, and he's playing with all these kids, and he decides to take another kid's toy, you know? He decides to burglarize another kid. Is that his fault? No. And she's watching this, and this kid gets so upset that Edward took his toy that he decides it's in his constitutional right to defend his property. He gets up, pushes baby Edward. Edward falls to the ground. Which, side note, I have 2 nieces that are almost exactly a year apart. And have you seen little children fight? It's like the goofiest shit I've ever seen. It's like in slow-mo. I feel like they're not aerodynamic yet. I feel like they don't have functions over their like reflexes yet. The way that they push, like the amount of time it takes them to aim a push feels like snail speed. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Edward gets pushed onto the ground. Dee witnesses the whole thing, and it's fine. There is a nice way to handle it, okay? Which is to figure out from the kid, why did you push my child? Time for both of them to have a good life lesson, and maybe you talk to the other parent and figure it out. Dee walks over, does not ask a single question, no interrogation. She just says, yeah, no, I don't like that shit. I don't f with that shit. She walks over and pushes little 1-year-old onto the ground, the one that pushed Edward, and she's like, how you like that? How you like that? Yeah, Nothing came out of it. She didn't get arrested. She didn't get sued. She didn't get struck down by lightning for karma. Nothing. Instead, she gets herself a little wolf dog.
A wolf dog?
Do you know what a little wolf dog is?
You're talking about like in Chinese?
Yes.
Like 小狼狗.
Yes. Okay. So it's slang, and it's to describe a young man. So it's typically described for young men, and typically the person describing them are older women. Slightly
like young
older.
men, like they're adults.
Oh yeah,
You're
they're
talking
like
about adults.
Yeah,
not
18,
kids,
20,
yes.
23, maybe to some people even 25, you know?
Yeah.
Like young men, right? But it's to describe a young man who's handsome. A little wolf dog is a young, handsome, sharp-looking man, just full of like masculine testosterone
Like
pumping. Hungry for that ass, you know?
Full of energy, like a
Yes.
little young German shepherd. Like,
Yes,
like
that's
that energy.
Ah, yes,
Like
German.
that,
Okay, whoa.
like a man ready to howl like all the time.
Honey, you're like a old wolf dog. You're like the...
What do you mean?
Oh, sorry.
I'm prime. What do you think?
You're prime. Sometimes he'll like do these things where he picks me up, spins me around, and then the next day I see him quietly applying pasu onto his back, and I'm like, oh, it's a guy that's full of masculine energy just pumping through his veins. He may have limited life experience, but his brute strength will break your headboard. He's not dumb. He's not too immature. He's just a little wolf dog. The term implies a certain dynamic where the older woman owns a little wolf dog. It's like a pet. Like you get a little wolf dog as a pet, right? But it's still a wolf in terms of energy and stamina, but still a dog, like a pet. Characteristics of a little wolf dog include cold to others but warm to you, very unapproachable, very logical thinking, gives you a lot of safety, very possessive. So even though they're not the most experienced, they give the older woman a great sense of security because they're full of protective qualities, like veiny biceps. You know what I mean? It's wild. There's actually 2 types of little dogs. So please leave it in the comments. Do you like little wolf dogs, the German shepherds, or do you like little milk dogs?
小奶狗.
A little milk dog is like a little Pomeranian, soft, cutesy boy. Characteristics.
Like a puppy.
Yeah, they're all of age, but they include innocent, sticky. They constantly want to stick to you. Okay, sunny, warm, obedient, very easy to train, they say. Very low temperament. The way that Chinese women be objectifying men, honestly, is crazy. Is crazy. Like half of me, after everything I've been through being a woman in this world, half of me is like, slight. And then the other half of me is like, but if the roles were reversed, I'd be so upset. Stop it, Stephanie. Like, it's very complicated. The objectification is out of this world. They say low temperament, constantly wants kisses and hugs, will always apologize first, very easy to control, lively, humorous, good time to be around. I'm like, these women are crazy. I love them. I'm scared of them. I don't know. Milk dogs are warm and soft. Wolf dogs are bold and wild. And they're typically both younger than the woman or man that they're dating. There were reports that Dee has a little wolf dog on the side. She's cheating on her husband, question mark. She posts on social media herself of her and her 13-year-old son cuddling in bed. No. Which honestly, the picture is, I don't know, maybe I just have such strong boundaries, okay? But I'm trying to think, I don't even think I would cuddle my mom like that in bed. At
what
13.
Do you mean? What kind of cuddle?
It's just like big spoon, little spoon, but then I don't know. Like every family is different. So it really depends. Okay, maybe when I was 13 I would. I don't know. But the caption is the part that gets people. The picture, people aren't even mad about the picture. They're mad about the caption. The caption reads, "Nobody tell my husband I have a little wolf dog."
Wow.
So it's just a little weird. And everyone is side-eyeing her like, ma'am, please get help. Do not make us suffer with you, okay? But maybe she's just saying all these things to get attention and doesn't actually mean it. She knows it's going to rile people up and she gets free press. That's what people are hoping. But in another interview, she's talking about how obsessed she is with her son and he's obsessed with her. She says, "You guys can never imagine. My son, he really loves me a lot. Even now, he still wants to sleep with me."
你们绝对没有办法想象我儿子真的很爱我，他到现在都还要跟我睡。
对, he's 15. And people are like, this is not healthy. He just stopped breastfeeding and now he's either being forced or he's so dependent on his mom that he's choosing to sleep with her, which is still alarming. And this is the part that gets everyone. Dee proudly announces that she takes off all her clothes but her undies when she sleeps with him. So she's cuddling him in just her undies. And she says, oh yeah, he has to hug me every day in order to fall asleep. But the part that really sends netizens into fucking space, into fucking orbit, into fucking hi astronauts that are stuck in space, we're like going crazy in space right now, is allegedly Dee said sometimes she had to stop sleeping with her son because she started getting sexually aroused. Because allegedly he would...
What?
Allegedly, she said this, okay? Allegedly, he would have to hold her breasts every day to fall asleep. She said he likes to touch my boobs every day because he felt like he drank from boobs since he was so young. It's a sense of comfort. So imagine a 15-year-old squeezing his mom's boobs.
喜欢摸哦，他每天都喜欢求肉肉啊，因为他觉得他小时候就喝奶奶，为什么我现在奶奶不让他摸？我跟他讲说，现在奶奶要给爸爸摸的。为什么爸爸可以摸我，为什么不行？
Is that not
Illegal?
That
Like, I
is
genuinely don't know.
crazy.
Please leave it in the comments, Dan.
I feel like that's child abuse, no?
Yeah, it's got to be, right? And she tells the reality show with pride, eventually I told him he can't touch them anymore because they're only for daddy to touch. And she says he started freaking the fork out, screaming, why can only daddy? Why not me?
Oh my god.
One of the most,
crazy.
liked comments reads, I don't think I understand Mandarin anymore. So that's a way of saying, I no longer speak this language. I no longer choose to speak this language. I no longer want to know what this woman is saying. I no longer want to hear. This is very bizarre. It's also the way she says it. It's like she's so proud of herself. It's weird. She's creating Taiwan's biggest mama's boy, which seems to be the last thing people want. One netizen writes, a mama's boy will want his partner to treat him exactly the same way his mom treats him. So if you're not looking to adopt, I strongly suggest moving on. So they're saying it's one thing to have a good relationship with your mom. Everybody wants that. But a mama's boy, she's not setting up Edward for success. And trust me, things are going to go downhill. She said she's so scared of the world and everyone on the outside that she forbids her son from ever going outside alone until he turns 18.
This is like the
Abuse.
definition of mama's boy.
Yes.
Like, as bad as it gets.
And it's so bad for the son.
Yeah.
She's creating... Yeah, she's doing nothing good for him. He's not even allowed to go to the convenience store down the block without his mummy or his nanny. At one point, Edward had to beg to be allowed to go to his friend's house for dinner. Dee finally lets him. She drops him off, waits outside until he's done, and she never again allowed him to eat dinner at a friend's house because he came back and told her that they ate porridge and snacks. She said that is not enough nutrients. You're not going to eat well. You can never eat outside the house ever again. She also pays $20,000 a year in tuition costs for his private middle school. But she's on edge every time he's at school because she wants to be near him. It's really weird. Now, eventually, something happens where in March 29, 2018, so not that long ago, headlines in the U.S. read, he came to the U.S. for high school, then acquired an arsenal to attack it. A terrorist attack planning in the works.
Wait, slow down. The son is in America.
Oh, yeah.
For high school.
Oh, yeah. So eventually he convinces his mom, I want to become an FBI agent. That's my dream.
What?
And the mom is like, okay. He's like, I want to get into criminal investigations and the best place to go is the United States. She sends him to high school in the U.S. Headlines in the U.S. read, he came to U.S. for high school, then acquired an arsenal to attack it. News travels to Taiwan because the headline is accompanied by a picture of Edward's son, Dee's son, has been arrested for planning a terrorist attack.
What is going on?
Edward begged his parents to let him come to the US to finish high school because, like I said, he wants to be an FBI agent. Feels a little random, but his classmates say the guy was weird. I don't think he would have passed any of the background checks. I'm just saying he's kind of crazy. They said that he's normal until he's upset. There was one time he got upset at another boy in class. He took off all his clothes and got butt naked in school and tried to fight the kid, which is a very weird response. Apparently, in the American high school, he told his friends, hey, don't come to class May 1st. And everyone's like, why shouldn't we come to school? And he said, oh, I'm going to come in here armed, you know.
Are you kidding me?
He eventually goes, haha, just kidding. But his classmates did not feel like he was just kidding, which, like, good for them, okay? They reported it to the teachers. Again, this is what you need to do. He immediately gets arrested. They go through his search history. Edward has been searching for ways to acquire an AK-47 or an AR-15. They also found in his house a bulletproof vest, professional crossbows with a scope and light, bullets, like over 1,000 bullets, ear protectors for shooting, and they concluded he had plans for a terrorist attack.
This is in high school.
Yes, and Dee and her husband finally fly into the US, but they're convinced that the FBI doesn't know the difference between a prop and the real thing. Dee tries to reason that this is all one big misunderstanding and these are props for Halloween. They're not. He had hidden 1,600 rounds of bullets. What do you mean? He had parts to be assembled into a rifle and a pistol. The sheriff involved said, look, the only reason that someone hoards that much ammunition at that age, either they have serious mental illnesses or they're really planning something or both, and they're both very bad outcomes either way. Edward is thrown into jail. He's facing a trial in the US. His parents sell their houses in Taipei. They hire the best attorneys for their son. They're spending a ton of money handling the bail. In the end, he's sentenced to 4 to 23 months in prison. And he waived all his rights in America. So they're basically saying, we're going to give you low prison time and you can literally never come back. Bye. This is a big freaking deal. And this guy is not even fazed. I guess because he knows his parents are going to do anything for him, he's just smiling like he has no regrets. Later, journalists ask him, what do you want to say? He just says, I just want to watch anime.
Wow, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
And then the mom's attitude is what? Like,
oh my gosh. Okay, this is the worst part. The mom says he was just joking around when he said he was going to do that May 1st. And these are like Halloween props that he has.
I feel like, God forbid, like something happens.
She would still be on his side.
Yeah, she will still be in denial.
Yeah. I don't understand how parents can be in that deep of denial. I mean, maybe it's because I have parents that nitpick a lot of small things I do, but she's crazy.
I think she's already fucked up herself. You know, even the way that she said.
And she's physically assaulting.
Yeah, she's assaulting everyone, justifying in her head. And now that with this son, it amplifies into the son, right?
This is so weird. It's just weird. If you have kids, leave it in the comments because my sister has kids. And if my sister's kids do anything, and it's like nothing, it's like what all kids do when they're growing up. My sister, it takes it so personally. She's like, it's a self-reflection moment.
Yeah.
She feels like she's the worst mom in the world. She did something wrong. She's not doing everything correctly. But this mom is like, no, everybody else is crazy. It's a Halloween prop. So after serving 9 months, Edward is deported to Taiwan, never allowed back in America again. And the two parents, Dee and her husband, they're interviewed and they don't care. The worst part is they just still don't realize how bad this is. Even when Edward is coming back into Taiwan, he's getting journalists, but he's acting like they're paparazzi. He's acting like he's a K-pop idol at the Incheon airport.
What do you mean?
Like he just has a hat and glasses on. He's just like, don't look at me. Yeah, and his dad does an interview where he says he's just an ignorant child. He just said one thing wrong. He was being punished to this extreme extent. He's a really bright and kind-hearted kid.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very scary.
Wow.
His dad just keeps saying he's just a baby, just a baby.
How old was he?
In high school. Since then, he's just been living his best life in Taiwan. He's become an internet celebrity. I also think that some people in Taiwan didn't take it as seriously. But in America, you're talking about, yeah. So I think some people didn't understand the cultural context. most people did, and most people were upset with or without cultural context, right? But he still became like an internet celebrity somehow. Basically, he's been in a series of high-profile relationships with other internet celebrities, and one glaring trend is that he's into dating older women. In 2019, he dated an internet celebrity who's 9 years older than him. Apparently, the two fell in love at first sight. He's looking for a mom. I don't know what else to tell you. His qualifications for a great life partner are someone who likes to help and take care of people, someone who cooks well and is good at chores. You're looking for a maid. You're looking for a mom. Like what? She was actually approved by D, this girlfriend, which I'm sure is really hard to get approval like that. She probably thinks the only person good enough for her son is like Kim Yuna. And like, ma'am, your son is in between opportunities. Ma'am, your son is jobless by choice. Why would she want your son? People thought it was going to be this happily ever after with this new girlfriend. Edward is being taken care of, not just by his mom, but his beautiful girlfriend who loves him, babies him, and it's great until he comes home one day and he said, "Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I got another girl pregnant." He was cheating on her. He got another influencer pregnant. The affair clearly went too far, but it's fine because I love you, mommy. I mean, honey. I love you, babe. I mean, mommy. I mean, wait, which one? We don't know. The influencer eventually terminates her pregnancy. Edward goes back to his girlfriend, which, by the way, the whole situation is handled so bizarrely. Edward goes on to interviews to talk about the relationship, and he said it was because he wasn't allowed to go out until 18. He lost his virginity at 18 and got carried away. And the mistress told him she had an IUD and she wouldn't get pregnant. And the interviewer is like, "So you got tricked." And he ends the interview. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm still a piece of garbage.
What?
And everyone was like, this is really weird. So he goes back to his actual girlfriend and, by the way, the mistress came to the girlfriend once and was like, "Could you get your man to stay away from my house? Tell him not to come over. It's so exhausting."
Wow. So they are all influencers.
Yeah, and it's all so messy. It's so messy. And things were just never the same again. The girlfriend couldn't take it anymore. They broke up for good. She said she was mentally, physically exhausted and could not be a mom any longer.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah.
She said she was a mom.
Mm-hmm. And after this, there's just a mental break. He breaks into that family's home in Thailand while high on drugs. He gets arrested and while
what exactly happened? Like,
he just has a breakdown. It just seems like he's spiraling.
In Thailand?
Yeah, he visits Thailand and then somehow acquires weed, starts smoking it, maybe other things, I don't know, because then he breaks into a random person's house and then gets arrested. He doesn't resist arrest. He's just
because he was on weed?
See, that's why people think it wasn't weed. It was probably something worse, but we don't have proof of that. Because the way he's behaving on the CCTV footage, it also doesn't feel reminiscent of someone who's high on weed.
Yeah, does that happen? Like,
yeah, and then
weird.
When he's in the back of the police truck, he's just like, he's staring at the sky. He's zoning out.
So he went in there, and what else did he do? He
didn't do anything. Just walking around naked.
Oh, he took off his clothes.
Yeah.
And just walked around.
Yeah, just like staring at family photos.
And then left.
Wiped his face on the cloth. Took off his swim trunks. And then they called the police. They took him out of the house, arrested him.
And then what happened?
D gets him out of that. Nothing
okay.
happens. She said, "Look, my son is possessed. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep. He always wants to run outside."
Possessed, she said?
Yeah, he wants to self-exit. They blame it on the girlfriend. They say after the girlfriend broke up with him, he's been having a mental breakdown and he's possessed by heartbreak. He's just a pure boy that's possessed by heartache, and it's just a lot. Edward posts on Instagram a selfie. "My family has issues. They blame my ex-girlfriend for it. Poor me." And he goes on to tell the public that his parents are making him lose his mind.
So he's like, what, 23, 24?
Yes. They break up. He's doing all these other things, like random things here and there. He's an internet celebrity, goes to Thailand. This happens. His parents go on this whole tour of like, he's possessed. He's not. It wasn't the drugs. He's just possessed. This is heartache. And they're basically blaming the ex-girlfriend for breaking up with him. And he goes on Instagram and he starts saying, "My parents are crazy. Okay. They're blaming my ex-girlfriend, but that's not the truth. just life sucks. And he's saying in Thailand, when his parents came to save him, his dad kept giving him poison water. It's called fulu water. Look, I don't know. Okay, this is what I could gather. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm trying my best. In Taoism in China, there is a strong belief that everything on earth should live in harmony, that everything needs to be balanced. They believe in yin and yang, and everything has matching pairs, and everything needs to work out together. People who believe in Taoism believe to be healing the sick. They get these spiritual paper talismans. They burn them. They light them on fire. Soak it in water, and then you drink the water. Now, a lot of health officials have said maybe that's not the best thing because paper talismans, they have tons of chemicals on them. I mean, like any paper. And then when you burn it, it's a carcinogen because, you know, and you have to burn it first before you mix in the water. And it's just not advised to be drinking by a lot of doctors. I'm sure it can work. I don't know anything, but on paper, it's not a good idea health-wise. Edward is alleging that his parents are freaking out in Thailand, believing he's possessed from heartache or his ex-girlfriend or whatever. So they kept making him drink fulu water just nonstop. He said every single bottle that they gave him was fulu water. He said the second I drank it, it was so bitter. I realized it was fulu water. I did not consent to it. It's so bitter. How can this even be good for me? This is called poisoning. Yeah.
Wow.
And so eventually he comes back to Taiwan, and some people feel bad for him. Others hate the whole family. Others say maybe if he gets time away from his mom, like all of this feels like a direct reflection of the parenting style. It's just all mixed, but he does seem unhinged. He apparently got a manager to handle his social media presence. He says he wants to create a Save the World campaign where he will show off everyone his super cool weapons and knives and save the world. I don't know what that means, but I feel like someone's got to tell the authorities or something, okay? Because that's just weird. But anytime someone reports him, he gets investigated. His parents hire the best attorneys money can buy, and they keep him moving. Nothing happens, and his smirk gets bigger and bigger every single time. And he's a rapper now. He goes onto Instagram Live to rap. He's wearing an unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt, just body checking his abs before rapping, which, side note, I don't know if I can consider this rapping because for the first 30 seconds, it just sounds like a giant run-on sentence than a rap.
25岁的时候我就会干大事，所有人都会知道我是台湾人钢铁人。
It's the weakest rap I've ever heard. When I'm 25 years old, I'll do something big. Alarming. Everyone will know I'm Taiwanese Iron Man, but you just don't know my plan and vision yet. When I speak Mandarin, I will become so fluent to the point where everyone will think I'm on drugs and high. They will think I need to check into a mental hospital. Everyone likes a smart man, but they don't like who says the truth. That made me think, what the fuck? You want the truth and you want a smart ass. What do you want? Please, you all. Taiwanese people, pick one. Even my parents can't stop me. Got some respect for my own father. That's why I'm not telling everything. So I didn't expose all the truth. Yes, there are actually more dark secrets. You just don't know them yet. Always, always strong. Only getting stronger and stronger every day.
Man, it's just so sad.
Yeah.
It's just such a tragedy.
It's like, I think I would feel more sympathy for him, but it's also very scary. He seems very dangerous.
Yeah, he needs help.
Yeah. Like,
and the parents, they need to be like...
They're not helping him. They're making it so much worse.
Yeah.
I think I felt a lot of sympathy when he was growing up, and then now it's like, okay, this sympathy is more so just, someone's got to do something. This is worrisome. And he's been doing these reality shows now here and there, and he gets into physical fights. At one point, he started choking another celebrity on the show, holding their neck.
Like actually trying to hurt them?
Yeah, and the other celebrity slapped them in the face. That's where we are right now. What are your thoughts? Do you think he will get help, or you think it's impossible because no matter what people do, the parents are going to keep intercepting? So scary.
This is scary. I don't even know. Like, he's 25, you said? 24, 25?
24, yeah.
Yeah, he got a whole life in front of him. Like, that's just, scary.
And then I do think eventually his parents' money will run out, no? And, like, that's also, because, you know, right now I wonder if it's a situation of he's distracting himself with maybe monetary stuff. But if that ever runs out, like, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Did you know about this case? They call him Taiwan's biggest mama boy. Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.